Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to discuss Copilot in Microsoft Power Pages. Now, let's dive into how Copilot enhances the experience of building websites in Microsoft Power Pages. Getting started with Copilot in Power Pages. Copilot supports users in creating and managing websites by leveraging natural language input. Core features: create AI-generated sites and web pages with simple instructions. Design interactive forms, including multi-step user journeys. Add AI-generated textual content, example, introductions, descriptions. You simply describe your needs in everyday language, and Copilot helps by suggesting site names, recommending a URL structure, offering layout templates based on your intent. Copilot acts as your creative and technical partner. You're always in control and can customize the output as needed.
Next,
Let's head over to the lab and check out how we can use Copilot to build our website. Back in the lab, let me open up the browser here where we are in the Power Pages Maker portal. Similar to Power Apps and Power Automate, I have Copilot here in the center of the home page. And then I can ask it in natural language what I want to build. So build a site to showcase an online course library. Let's click on Go. Now Copilot in Power Pages. First of all, it will ask me what will my site be and what is the web address. So we will call it here Copilot Online Course Library. We will just leave the default web address. Of course, you might want to have a prettier one than this, but we will leave it at this for now. Let's click on Next. And then here we have a sample of what it did. So you see, I have my online course library. I have a menu here, for example. And then I have this layout. I don't like it. I can click on Try Again, and then Copilot will go in and show me another option as a starting template for my online course library. So let's give it a few seconds here so it shows me another layout option. There we go. I like this one a bit better. This looks perfect. Let's click on Next. And now it will show me a bunch of pages that I might want to add. So do I want an About Us page? Yes. Contact Us page? Yes. Do I want an FAQ? Absolutely. And I want a course catalog. Let's click on Done. It will take a few minutes now to create our site. And remember, it can take anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes before our site is created. So we'll give it a bit of time. There we go. My site is created here. Beautiful. But you know what? I don't really like the colors. Luckily, even if I know nothing about Power Pages, I have Copilot here that I can always open. And then, let's ask Copilot here create me a color theme with blue and orange. Now, Copilot will go in and show me. Okay, here are some colors that I can add for you here. So, let's select blue here, for example. You know what? I kind of like this color here. Let's apply the theme, see what happens. Beautiful. I now have a blue and orange color theme. Okay, it might not be the most beautiful website ever, but luckily, we're not going in production with this. What else can I ask Copilot to do? You know what? Finally, I want that course categories page that Copilot asked me if I wanted before, but I said no. But I want it now. So, let me go in and ask Copilot add a page for course categories. So I can ask Copilot to add different pages. So let's give it a few seconds. And if everything goes well, we will have a new page that shows up here for the course categories. There we go. It created it. It will navigate to it. Perfect. And it added a bit of information here. Let's try zoom out a little bit. See how it looks like. There we go, zoom out. It looks a bit better. Let's keep it. I can always go in. And if I want, for example, let me add a section here. Let's add a one-column section. Let me add some text. And when I add text, I can, of course, probably in a production website, you will have an expert communications teams or marketing give you the text that you copy-paste. But I don't work in marketing, and I need to add some text here so it looks good when I present it. So let me go back to the text here, click on Copilot, and I can ask Copilot to write text for me. So let me ask Copilot, write a paragraph about the importance of online IT training and explain the IT pro, Dave, and user audiences. So, let's see what Copilot will come up with. Wow, only took a few seconds here, and it added some beautiful text. Of course, if I want to, I can adjust the tone, length, all of that. So for example, if I go here, let me click on Copilot again, I can change the tone for it to be friendly, casual, educational, professional, excited. I can rewrite it, make it shorter, make it longer. So, I can really use Copilot to help me with the content of my website as well. Let me go back to the home page here. What else can we ask Copilot? I wanted to add a section for customer testimonials here. So, let's give it a few seconds. And there we go. Copilot added a section of the page for customer testimonials and even added some samples for me here of customer testimonials. I just have to add the text and my image, and I am good to go. So this is how Copilot and Power Pages can help us build and modify our site. So those are the basics, but we have more features coming. So let's go back to the slides and learn about more features of Copilot and Power Pages.
Next.
Advanced features of Copilot in Power Pages. AI-powered chatbot integration. Easily add a chatbot to your website. The chatbot is context-aware. It pulls answers based on your site content. You can extend its knowledge by connecting to specific Dataverse tables and fields. Improves user engagement and self-service on your site. Code assistance in Visual Studio Code. For makers who need custom styling or scripts, Copilot offers help directly within Visual Studio Code. Write or suggest HTML structures. Style elements using CSS. Create interactivity using JavaScript. Even if you're not a developer, Copilot bridges the gap by generating, completing, and explaining code to bring your vision to life. And now that we have seen the theory, let's head over to the lab and check out the two advanced Copilot features for Power Pages. Back in the lab environment, let me open up the browser here, where I'm back in the exact same location we left off in the last demo. Now, there are two things I want to show you. First of all, let's say I want to make some advanced modifications. To the side, I can go and edit the code. I have the button here at the top right, and it will open up Visual Studio Code in the browser, specifically for Power Pages. Now, you might need to log in here, depending when is the last time that you did it to open up the website. And you see we have a prompt here, try Copilot for Power Pages. Now, I'm not a developer, so I definitely need some help to make my site look beautiful. So what can I ask Copilot here? I can ask it, for example, write some CSS code to make the button corners round. That can be an example. So I can ask it anything that has to do with CSS, JavaScript, web request, for example. Anything with that, I can simply ask it here. I can also ask it, let's take a look at the example here that it gave us. Write JavaScript code to highlight the row where the email field is empty in a table list, as an example. So you simply describe with natural language what you want, and then Copilot will create it for you. And if you want, you even have the button here to add it. But you do need to make sure you're at the right spot before you add it. So, this is how to use Copilot for writing code to customize your Power Pages website. Now, let me close this. Let me go here to cancel. We haven't modified anything. The last thing I want to show you is if we go to Setup here and we go to the Chatbot section. On the left, what I can do is I have an option that will show up here in a second. Do you want to publish a chatbot on the site? And yes, I want to do. This will add a chatbot to our site. And if I have databases, for example, let's say I have my course details in databases, things like that, I can choose which Dataverse tables and columns your chatbot will use to create answers. So I can make sure that all the data that is relevant is included for my chatbot. Awesome. So, you know what? I don't want to do that right now. I just want to have my chatbot there. So we created our pages. We created our categories here as an example. I even have an FAQ that Copilot added for me. So let's go now and preview the website. So let's click on desktop here. We need to wait for it to sync a few seconds. But now it will open. Yes, I want to go to the website. And since it's the first time that we're launching this website, it always takes a bit longer. Don't worry. Power Pages is usually quite a bit faster than that. There we go. Right now, you can see it's private, and I have my chatbot at the bottom right. So that's the really cool part about it. Not only does it give me the answer, but also the reference of where it got the information from. This is it for this demo, in which we have built this beautiful website with Power Pages Copilot. And this is it for this module in which we covered how Copilot and Power Pages can help makers of all levels create, modify, and improve their website. This is almost the last module of this course. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate your time and attention. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Start your journey today with www.crmonce.com.